Bismillah. So, Scott David Hakala, Mr. Scott Hakala, has finally given me something that I have been seeking for a while. Back in 2016, an individual by the name of, or rather alias of Akira Kalashnikov and simultaneously Akira Zantradi, who is actually the ID of one Jafe Arnold, a Polish American who's currently living in Eastern Europe. After a few months after the publication of my hit piece on Alexander Dugin on Counterpunch that went viral all over the internet and has been cited far and wide, this guy made a docs blog on me. Now, I don't want to get into the content of the blog, but there is an element of this blog that even the German police looked at very carefully because of what it reveals. This blog, this docs blog that has now been reposted by Mr. Scott Hakala on the Free Speech Baha'i subreddit, reveals unequivocally from the keyboard of the guy who made it, aka Akira Kalashnikov, Jafe Arnold, a explicit collusion between the Baha'is and the Dugin crowd. Let me say this again. I have actually said this in several places now, all over the internet. So, this blog, besides the ridiculous claims that it's making, which is neither here nor there, I take the fact that I was doxxed by fascists as a badge of honor, because it basically then makes my credentials as being an anti-fascist. But what this blog reveals explicitly, that is now being overtly endorsed by the Baha'is themselves through Mr. Scott Hakala, who is an operative of the Baha'i Internet Agency, is that this collusion between the Dugin fascists and the Baha'is is a matter of fact. So this claim that Akira Kalashnikov, aka Jafe Arnold, made in 2016, this was not just a whimsical remark. This has basis. And this has basis from several different angles that has been proven. This is why I have not attempted to take this blog down, for a very simple reason, is because this blog, more than anything else, has proven my case that these Baha'is are opportunists. And even though the official policy of the Baha'is at the moment is to basically beat their chest for Ukraine, the fact of the matter is that the Baha'is, where it serves them, will actually collude with the very architects of the war on the Ukrainian people, and that is Alexander Dugin and his acolytes. So it shouldn't be surprising to anybody, but I wanted to highlight this, that this is what has happened. Scott Hakala has now given the very thing that I have been seeking. For a long time, the Baha'is avoided in actually citing this docs blog made by Akira Kalashnikov, aka Jafe Arnold, on the Fourth Revolutionary War site. But Mr. Scott Hakala has not done it. Since I have proven time and again that this guy is an operative of the Baha'i system, that he is actually citing this blog, right, once again proves the collusion between the Dugin fascists and the Baha'is themselves. Now, the nexus between these guys is obvious. It is Israel, since Russia, or the Dugin crowd especially, have very deep entrenched ties to the Israelis, and especially the settler Zionists. So it is no surprise that when I have made these people desperate, that what they trot out is this old blog from 2016, which is constantly endorsing the Baha'i narrative, right and left. Fascists colluding with Baha'is, and Baha'is colluding with fascists. I have said this for so long, that this stuff is not off the wall. But now they themselves have proven my point, that there has been a collusion, and that the Baha'is opportunistically, while they were beat their chests and spin an anti-Russian line for public consumption, when it suits them, will jump into bed with the very same architects of this war on the Ukrainian people, namely Dugin and his crowd of fascists. So, thank you very much, Mr. Scott Hakala. You have just given me gold. La hujja ila Ali qabla nabil.